Hey Afflictor fans, today we're going to talk about the top myths of crossbows. Stay tuned. Okay, so the crossbow gets a lot of heat, and there's a few myths associated with that we're going to address today to help clarify a few things. So number one, a crossbow shoots as flat and as far as a rifle. I don't know what rifle you're talking about, but anyone that I've ever shot, the crossbow doesn't come close. There is some writings that compare crossbows to the ballistics of muzzleloaders, and it's still not even close. In fact, the crossbow's ballistics are better compared to a compound than they are anything else. Now, there's a lot of studies out there that prove this. There's one particular study that took a 70-pound draw compound and a 150-pound draw crossbow, and they did a series of tests with that and found that the ballistics were almost identical. There was only slight differences. So when we're comparing a crossbow to a rifle, it's just not fair when you're talking about how far it shoots, how fast, and how much power that it really has. A crossbow shoots a bolt that is an arrow with a broadhead. A broadhead kills by hemorrhage. A rifle kills a lot by shock. So there's really no comparison there either. The only similarities, if you want to compare a crossbow to a rifle, is it has a trigger, it has a stock, and the optics can be similar. The only other thing, which we did a comparison in a video about selecting the best bolt for your crossbow, and I did say that a crossbow was a single shot rifle only in regards to selecting the right ammunition. You're very picky about the ammunition for your rifle. You should be very picky about the ammunition for your precision crossbow. Very picky about your bolt, very picky about your broadhead. But to call it a rifle or to say it a rifle, it is nothing close to the truth. Another common misconception is that the crossbow is far more powerful and has more knockdown power than a compound bow. And again, that is simply just not true. Now, although there's some great benefits to the crossbow, when you're looking at energy and velocity, it is similar. And so when you want to say that a crossbow is extremely advanced compared to a compound, you're still shooting an arrow, which is in the form of a bolt that has a broadhead, and the energies and velocities are comparable between the two. The only benefit that you're looking at when you're comparing the crossbow against the compound is you don't have to hold the string back on the crossbow, right? The trigger mechanism takes care of that for you. It holds the string back, and then you have a little bit of ease of not having to hold that draw weight. Other than that, you cannot have any clear differentiation that a crossbow is superior in power as far as knockdown when it comes to harvesting game. The next myth we're going to talk about is also a little controversial, and that is that the crossbow is a 100-yard weapon. The crossbow will shoot 100 yards, and a lot of the new crossbows will certainly shoot 100 yards accurately, but does that mean you need to be hunting game at 100 yards? From our perspective, definitely not. In fact, if you look at their recommendations for most crossbow companies, they will clearly tell you that crossbows should be 50 yards and under, and that is a very acceptable range. If you watch some of our other YouTube videos, especially the one where we are talking about the separation of 25 grains and the amount of drop in yardage that has between 20 all the way up to 50, you will see when you get to the 40-yard mark, things start to change. Between 40 and to where the shooter is, things are not that drastic. But at that 40-yard mark, you start to lose some energy. Your bolt starts to drop. And so you really are relying on having a lot of holdover to be able to maintain that 100-yard range. And yes, I realize some of the new crossbows can shoot that consistently and accurately, but think of what can go wrong in that 100 yards. So if a deer can duck a compound arrow at 30 yards, what is that deer going to do at 100 yards after he hears the loud crack of those crossbows and he dumps to the ground? So you have to be very aware, whatever game that you're shooting, that it is not wary, it is not on alert, that it is not going to drop. What's your wind doing? Is it gusting? Is it blowing hard? Because believe me, after 50 yards, The wind is a consideration as well. So you want to be very cautious about using your crossbow at long yardages and decide for yourself what you think is ethical.